Hello class, what we're going to do today is use the Canon professional layout software to lay out our gallery wrap so we don't have to worry about mirroring or doing anything else. So if you want to mirror your edge, we talked about this in class, this is the best software to use. So just to let you know, I am starting with an 11 by 14 inch image. Now the reason why I'm starting with that is because our canvas frames are 11 by 14. So that is what we're using. So 11 by 14 at 300 resolution. This is the only reason I'm opening this up in Photoshop, to show you the image size. So I have this saved as 11 by 14, and then I'm going to open this up in the Canon Professional Layout software. So I have the software open. If it asks you any questions or anything else like that, just keep on clicking OK. If it asks you for a printer, you need to add the IP addresses. The IP addresses are physically on the whiteboard in the print room. Physically on the print. I don't know why I said that, but there you go. That's where they are. I'm going to add a printer just because you might need to add a couple more depending. So right here I have all the printers loaded. Unfortunately, it only goes by IP address. So I'm going to add strand. Okay, and I have to know the IP address to add strand. So it's easy to load. All you have to do is just go IPv4, IPv6, and then you have to go find printer, and then you have to type in the IP address. I've taken a screenshot of the IP addresses on my phone off the whiteboard, so this is how I know where the information is. So there we go, 10, 100, 248, and you have to hit tab, it doesn't automatically go over. There we go, 10, 100, 248, click OK. It will locate the printer. It's telling me this one's a Pro 4100, so I'm going to go click to add, and I'm going to click OK. What it's going to do is it's going to get the printer information, so the printer should be on. It's going to ask me for my password. So you can only add the printers while you're at the college. This does not work via VPN. And what it's doing is it's acquiring all the information off the printer, what paper's loaded, what custom paper's loaded. That's why it says 92 acquired out of like 11 out of 92 acquired, because it's acquiring these. This might take a little while. If it does, I will chop down the video and then we will come back when it's ready to go. So now we're back and I have all my printers loaded, so that's how you add a printer. And highly recommend doing it while no one's printing, because if people are printing on the printer, it might take longer. Now, I loaded strand just to show you that how to load it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to print on Man Ray, and Man Ray's 228. And there's a whole bunch of different things sort of in this menu. There's like, you can do custom settings, so on and so forth. But the layout mode that I'm using, you can do single image, so you can change to a single image, and you might see this when you first come in. Multiple images, so you can do multiple images. Multiple image auto nested, so that means you kind of drag and drop and it does it automatically. We're going to use the gallery wrap setting, and you can just say don't show me this again. It changes the layout of everything that you have here. So the general settings, we're going to go panel layout 1 to 1. So we're doing one image to print. That's it. The frame size, we're going to go 11 by 14. So we're going to start with that. And we're going to have to probably rotate this, but we're just going to uncheck that. And this is the frame depth. So when we wrap the gallery wrap, it has to wrap around the edges, and we're going to specify custom depth. So 0.75 is the stock, 1.5 is another inch wraparound. We're going to go to a custom depth, and our custom depth for our frames is 1.350. So you're going to add that, but we'll do that when we're printing. We're going to go frame edge style, mirrored edge. So you have mirrored edge soft, mirrored edge continuous, so it just wraps right around. You can just print directly from Photoshop if you wanted to do that. And then white edge and black edge. We're going to use this software specifically for mirroring the edges. Add fold marks, sure, we can leave that on there. This is the media type, is the artistic canvas satin. So it's right over here in fine art papers. So there's that. Roll paper auto. Print quality high, clear coating auto, so that's the optical, the optimizer on top. The layout, alignment, I'm going to center my stuff. And then color mode, I'm going to use ICC profile. And then the printer profile, it's going to auto find the printer profile for me. So that's really kind of good. Relative color metric, and you must have black point compensation selected. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make sure that I have my 11 by 14 done. There we go. And I'm just going to go File and Open. 11 by 14, I'm going to click OK. And here we go. All my settings are set. Now the panel preview is just showing me the image. What I want to do is do the print preview. So the print preview is like right over here, and let's make some adjustments. And we want to make sure that it's rotated. So we're going to do a rotation of here, there we go, and we're going to change the depth of the printing paper. So the size of the printing paper. So we're going to do a custom paper size. We're going to do our paper size is 24 by 16. So we're going to add a couple of inches on the top and the bottom, and then we're going to kind of rotate this. So what we're going to do now is the frame size is 11 by 14. We're going to rotate the image to basically save some paper. So here we go. So we have this set to 24 inches across, and then we have this set to 16 inches high. Now, what we're doing that for is the canvas itself is going to print, and our rotation will allow us to have extra space at the top and the bottom to trim it down, because essentially what we're doing is overprinting. And here's the 11 by 14 image in the center, right over here. And the mirroring, what it's done is the software has taken a portion of this image and then mirrored it all the way around. Here, and here, and here. And the reason why it's done that is when we wrap the frame, when it wraps around the edge, it'll essentially look like it is part, well, it'll look normal essentially, and that's a common practice when we're doing canvas wrapping, is the mirroring of the actual space. So let's go through all our settings one last time. 1:1, frame size 11 by 14. We're going to rotate the image, so we're using less. Specify custom depth for the wraparound is 1.350. We're going to mirror, and if you take this off, so let's just say you went here, you went edge with black, it would print like that, and that would wrap around the edges, but we're going to do that. I've always kind of been curious, mirrored soft. Ooh, it just makes it fuzzy. I don't like that, but you might. You can try it if you want. Make sure that hasn't changed any of our settings. Media type, Canon Artistic Satin Canvas, and you can click Get Information, and it'll actually read the information off the printer, which is kind of cool. Paper size, 24 by 16, roll paper auto. Rotate, we don't have to do that. Print quality high, clear coating auto. Alignment centered, so we want it centered in the page so we get all our crop marks properly used. Color mode, use ICC profile. Printer profile auto, you can actually select the profile if you want. Relative color metric and black point compensation, and then we're going to hit print. So if you want to change any of these settings, you can. It's a great thing just to sort of look over. I would not uncheck this because you guys always got to check your settings. And then we're going to click OK. So what's happening is now it's showing you that the print document, status standby, the pages it's receiving, and then the printer name, and then it's sending. The connection is actually being made and it's sent. So if we wanted to cancel, we could select and cancel. And there you go. So that is how you use the Canon Professional Layout software for doing gallery wraps.